In the previous video, we have seen that whenever an AC source is connected with respect to a pure resistor, both EMF and current will be in the same phase. And we have seen the phasor diagram also, both representing same phase. Now, what happens whenever an AC source is connected with a pure inductor? Inductor means a solenoid. Now, here you can see I have taken an inductor of inductance L, which is connected with respect to an AC source whose EMF is equal to E0 sine omega t. Now, whenever you are going to pass the current, as the current passing through the inductor is an alternating current. Alternating means the current is going to vary with respect to the solenoid coil. So, whenever the current is going to vary, the magnetic flux linked with respect to the solenoid coil will also vary. So, whenever the flux linked with itself is going to vary, it will induce EMF, and this EMF is nothing but self-induced EMF or back EMF, which is going to oppose the source which is going to produce it. Here, what is the source producing? This is the alternating source which is producing. So, it tries to decrease the alternating source alone. So, that's the reason induced EMF in the inductor is minus L di by dt according to the definition of induction. Now, as I mentioned, in order to maintain the flow of current, the applied EMF must be equal and opposite to the induced EMF, because this EMF is going to oppose the source. So, obviously, you have to provide an equal EMF in the opposite direction to maintain the flow of current. So, therefore, EMF E is equal to L di by dt, because the EMF will be in opposite direction and already induced EMF is minus dl by dt. So, minus into minus will become plus. So, E equal to L di by dt. What is E? E0 sine omega t. So, substitute the value of E here. E0 sine omega t is equal to L di by dt. Now, if you write the expression for di, so you're going to have di equal to E0 by L sine omega t dt. Now, in order to get the total current expression, we have to integrate on both sides. So, whenever you are going to do the integration, I equal to integral E0 by L sine omega t dt. Now, here E0 by L is a constant actually, so we can remove from integration. So, which is equal to E0 by omega L into minus cos omega t. That means integral sine omega t dt is nothing but minus cos omega t by omega. So, total expression will become I equal to E0 by omega L into minus cos omega t, which is equal to I0 sine omega t minus pi by 2. Now, here you can see that sine of omega t minus pi by 2 is nothing but cos omega t. So, 90 degree was there. So, if you take minus common, sine of minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. So, that's the reason you are going to compensate here minus. So, I0 sine omega t minus pi by 2, where I0 equal to E0 by omega L. Now, here omega L is called as XL, which is also called as inductive reactance. Inductive reactance. Its SI unit is ohm alone, but XL is called as inductive reactance, which is equal to omega into L. So, if you substitute here, you are going to have XL as E0 by I0. Now, current lags behind EMF by pi by 2 radian. Now, here you can see in the previous video we have seen that whenever an AC source is connected with respect to a pure resistor, both current and EMF are having sin omega t as the function. But here EMF is sin omega t, but current expression is having omega t minus pi by 2. That means there is a phase difference between EMF as well as current. Now, who is leading actually as per the expression? The EMF is leading. Who is lagging? The current is lagging. By how much it is lagging? Pi by 2 it is lagging. So, whenever an AC source is connected with respect to a pure inductor, current lags behind EMF by pi by 2. In other words, we can say EMF leads current by an amount pi by 2. Now you can represent in sinusoidal waveform. Theta equal to omega t, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, 5 pi by 2 and so on. You can convert the angular displacement in terms of time period as t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 by substituting the value of omega as 2 pi by capital T. Along y-axis I am taking E as well as I, that is EMF and current, to represent. Now initially sin omega t, because there is no phase difference, you can represent the sinusoidal wave for omega EMF as blue line. You can see that it starts from 0, becomes maximum at pi by 2, again 0 at pi, 3 pi by 2 is maximum again, and 2 pi. But if you see the current, now here it is cos omega t or omega t minus pi by 2. So when I say cos omega t, already we have seen in the first video how a cos function will produce a sinusoidal wave, because cos is going to have maximum value at 0. So that's the reason current is maximum at 0 and becomes 0 at pi by 2, and again becomes maximum at pi and becomes 0 at 3 pi by 2 and becomes maximum at 2 pi. That means you can understand that there is a phase difference between EMF and current as pi by 2. Now the same can be represented with respect to a phasor diagram. Now taking x-axis, that is y, that's EMF, which is going to lead, but here current is lagging. By how much it is lagging? Pi by 2. So that is a current phasor vector. Now here the angle between EMF and current is pi by 2. So this is omega t, this is total is pi by 2. So the total angle will become 90 minus omega t. As we have minus cos omega t, we can alter that. AC with a capacitor. Now what happens whenever an AC source is connected with respect to a capacitor? We have seen that when you connect an AC source with respect to an inductor, current lags behind voltage by pi by 2. Now what happens for a capacitor? Again I am taking an AC source whose EMF equal to E naught sin omega t connected to a capacitor whose capacitance is C. Now whenever you are going to connect, what happens? A capacitor is going to store the charge inside the capacitor plate. So the charge stored Q equal to C into E, which is nothing but Q equal to CV. Here V is nothing but E, so Q equal to CE. But E is nothing but what? E naught sin omega t. So C into E naught sin omega t. But I want to find the current here. So whenever you want to find the current, what is the formula for current? Current I is nothing but dq by dt. So differentiate this expression with respect to time. So you are going to have d by dt of q is nothing but c e naught sin omega t. Substitute here and get differentiate. You are going to have the expression as e naught by 1 by omega c cos omega t. Now here this 1 by omega c is taken as xc, and the total expression e naught by 1 by omega c will become I naught. Now cos omega t can be written as sin of omega t plus pi by 2, because in the second quadrant sin is positive. So sin of omega t plus pi by 2 we are going to write, as it is a positive expression here. So where I naught equal to E naught by 1 by omega c and xc is equal to 1 by omega c, where xc is called capacitive reactance. Just like inductive reactance, xc is called as capacitive reactance, whose unit is also ohm. Remember that XL is nothing but omega into L, but XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. Now here if you see, the expression for EMF is E naught sin omega t, but for current is I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. So there is an extra term. Now by comparing these two terms, that is EMF as well as current, we can clearly say that current is going to lead EMF by an amount pi by 2, because it is plus pi by 2, so it is leading. But whereas in inductor the current is lagging, but here in case of capacitor it is leading by how much? 90 degree. Now if you want to represent the sinusoidal wave, you can consider here EMF and current. Now normally EMF will be starting from 0, which is represented with the blue line. Now you can see as it is a positive expression, it will start from positive peak itself. So here it is maximum, again 0, again maximum 0, and again maximum here, which represents a sinusoidal wave for cos function. But this is for sine function, sinusoidal wave for sine function. Both EMF and current are having a phase difference of 90 radian. The same you can represent with respect to a phasor diagram. This is EMF and this is current. Because the function is positive, so we are going to represent in the second quadrant. So the difference between these two is pi by 2. And this is omega t, and that's pi by 2. So the total angle will become 90 plus pi by 2.